Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to today's little lesson. We're going to be learning about how to really tick off your neighbors. We're going to be learning about how to really make some real nails on the chalkboard type of riffage today. You can also communicate with dolphins if that's your deal. That'd be a cool thing too. You could try with this. I have not tried that yet. But what you will not be learning today is how to impress the opposite sex with this. You need to go find you some Ed Sheeran tutorials maybe even go hit the gym up a little bit. But this video, I'm going to tell you what we're not going to be learning also is how to hit the overtones, like hit an overtone and then grab that whammy. There's nothing wrong with that little technique either. That's a pretty cool little trick too for different stuff. But this specific technique I'm going to be showing you guys today is one that I learned from an actual video that actually Dime himself kind of walked you through this, and I'm going to show you exactly what he said basically, and you might be able to still find it on the internet. I'm not real sure where I found it, if it was on an old DVD like a clinic or something of Dime's, but I don't know really who invented this or who started it, or I don't even think this is probably the only way that Dime did his dive bombs, but Steve Vai, I'm pretty sure, does this little trick too. But basically, we're going to be learning how to do the dive bomb by grabbing the whammy, and you loosen the strings and you tap that string as it's beginning to tighten up, and it makes the dive bomb sounds that we kind of know Dime for. And there's a couple little steps that make this happen, and rhythm is key here as far as the way you do the technique. None of this is extremely difficult, but it's something that you're going to have to you'll have to work at a little bit, and you might get it within the first 10 minutes. I don't know, it might take you a couple hours, but this is so easy a caveman can do it. Just trust me, because I am basically a caveman myself. But let's get right into the lesson. I'm going to show you guys how to do this. I'm going to kind of try to make this as quick and as simple and painless and easy as I possibly can. Let's check it out. Alright guys, we are up close and personal here, so I just wanted to show you guys this step by step up close so you can see exactly what's going on here. Don't worry, I do have deodorant on. So the first thing we got going on here, first things first, you're going to push the whammy basically all the way in, and you need a Floyd Rose. You really need to have a Floyd Rose license style tremolo. You really need to have that locking nuts and stuff. You need some heavy distortion, some gain, and you really need to be on your bridge humbucker to really do this stuff good. And you can tear a guitar up if you get real crazy with this when you pull back on it, but this is the step-by-step process. There's a couple steps here. Step number one, you have the whammy. You have to push it in until your strings are completely flopping. They're completely loose. So step one, push the whammy in. Step two, take your finger. I use my middle finger, and then I just kind of flick that string. And the G string is actually the best one, the easiest one to do. That's one Dime used a lot that he talked about even using on this trick. But you could do anywhere that you can find an overtone. You can do any string anywhere really. But for this lesson, we're going to do this third string there. So basically, number one, you press that whammy. Number two, you flick the string. And then basically at the almost exact simultaneous time, right when you start to pull the whammy up, right when there starts to be a little bit of tension back on that string again, you touch that string like an overtone. Just like when you hit an overtone with your pick, you kind of but we're not using our pick. Your hand doesn't move off of this whammy, but you're gonna touch that string at the same time that it's starting to get a little tension on again. So basically, I'm going to hit a couple distortion pedals that were an overdrive and distortion just to give me a little more hair to be able to do this right. But let's see what I can do with it here. see, once you grab on, once you hit it right, you can ride that thing out and really make it. It kind of hangs on for a while if you have the right amount of distortion and stuff. But the whole key is the rhythm, though. It's kind of like 1, 2, and it kind of at the same time as you're basically almost right when you're raising that whammy up, you hit that string. And if you can just try and kind of see the rhythm of how I'm doing it, and it's the hardest part for me anyway is getting it to where you can hit that overtone at the right time, and you can kind of hover that finger over the string to where you're kind of just lightly touching the string anyways, to start to teach yourself just exactly when that sweet spot is, like when it's actually starting, when you can hit that overtone, like the prime time to hit it. But I'm gonna try another 1 or 2 here, just kind of show you. If you can try to just pay attention to the rhythm of it, of how all the steps are going together. And another thing that I'm doing I didn't really mention is this thumb. I'm kind of muting these bottom 3 strings here, because if you let all 6 strings just kind of flop in the wind, you kind of have a lot of excess noise. So if you can kind of use your pointer finger to mute the top, and kind of use, if you can kind of rest your fingers, your thumb and your finger on some other strings to kind of mute them, kind of like a slide guitarist would do when they're muting strings that they're not trying to hit, that helps this be a little cleaner. But I'll do it one more time here so you can check it out and see if you can get this rhythm of it. As you can see, I was missing quite a few of them there myself. I'm not the best at this, but if you practice it, you can definitely get better at these than me really quick. But that is the technique on these, so hopefully that you know, gave you a little something to practice there, something fun to do. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed that little lesson. Hopefully you have another little obnoxious guitar trick to put in your guitar trick bag. I also have a lesson that I did showing you how to do pinch harmonics like Zakk Wylde. I'll link that video in the description if you want to check that out. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying this channel and this video here, if it's brought you any kind of value at all. Don't forget to check me out in the future, and we'll see you next time.